The ongoing debate over the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena has reached new heights following the airing of a never-before-seen video on News Nation, which purportedly shows an egg-shaped craft being transported by a military helicopter during a UAP retrieval operation. The footage, which aired on Saturday night, has since set the internet ablaze, with people divided over whether this was genuine evidence of non-human technology or just another unexplained military operation. The video, recorded during a classified retrieval mission, clearly shows the object suspended in a sling from a helicopter as it is carefully transported away from an undisclosed location. According to News Nation's report, the craft is estimated to be 20 feet long and bears a striking resemblance to UAPs previously encountered by the US Navy off the East Coast in 2015. The similarities between these sightings have led many to believe that these objects may be part of a larger, interconnected phenomenon, sparking further speculation about the nature of these mysterious crafts and their origins. One of the most compelling aspects of the News Nation footage is the similarity between the newly revealed craft and the UAPs encountered by Navy pilots in 2015. In those encounters, fighter pilots described egg-shaped or tic-tac-like objects that exhibited flight characteristics beyond known human capabilities. These objects could hover motionless, accelerate instantaneously, and move without visible propulsion or wings, defying all conventional aviation technology. The fact that the retrieval footage shows an object closely matching those descriptions has led to growing speculation that the US government may indeed be in possession of non-human technology. If this is the case, it could mean that these crafts are not just anomalies spotted in the sky, but tangible objects that have been studied behind closed doors. This revelation would lend further credence to whistleblower claims that crashed or landed UAPs have been recovered and secretly analyzed by government agencies. Since the footage was aired, social media has exploded with divided reactions. Many viewers believe that this is undeniable proof that the government has been retrieving and studying UAPs, while others argue that the video does not provide enough context to confirm that the craft is extraterrestrial in origin. Some skeptics claim that the object in the video could be a classified military drone or an advanced aircraft prototype rather than a UAP. They argue that without clear documentation or additional footage, it is impossible to conclude that the craft is non-human in origin. Others suspect that the military intentionally leaked the footage to fuel speculation while diverting attention from secret defense projects. On the other side of the debate, UFO researchers and disclosure advocates argue that this footage aligns too closely with past UAP reports to be a coincidence. They point out that the shape, size, and behavior of the object in the video match descriptions given by trained pilots, and that the military's historical pattern of secrecy regarding UAP retrievals makes it highly unlikely that this is a conventional aircraft. Some even suggest that this could be the first step toward full disclosure, with more leaked footage expected to surface in the near future. As the debate continues, the US government has remained largely silent on the matter, neither confirming nor denying the authenticity of the video. This lack of response has only fueled further speculation, as many believe that officials are hesitant to acknowledge the existence of these retrieval operations. Historically, the government has been reluctant to discuss UAP retrievals, despite growing public interest and increasing pressure from lawmakers for greater transparency. In recent years, figures like David Grush, a former intelligence officer, have claimed that the US is in possession of retrieved UAPs and non-human biological materials, yet no official statement has confirmed these allegations. With the release of the News Nation footage, many are now demanding that the government declassify any related documents and provide the public with a clear explanation. Regardless of whether the craft in the video is extraterrestrial or man-made, its release marks another major milestone in the UAP disclosure movement. In recent years, public awareness of UFO sightings and UAP investigations has grown significantly, with major government agencies, military officials, and whistleblowers coming forward with information. If this footage is genuine evidence of a UAP retrieval, it could indicate that we are on the verge of a historic revelation. The confirmation that these objects are being actively recovered and studied would suggest that governments have known much more than they have admitted to the public. The release of the News Nation footage showing an egg-shaped UFO being retrieved by a helicopter has once again ignited fierce debate. While some see this as groundbreaking proof of non-human technology, others remain skeptical, dismissing it as inconclusive. However, one of the biggest takeaways from this event has been the frustration expressed by UFO enthusiasts and disclosure advocates who feel that no matter how much evidence is presented, people are never satisfied. Each year, new videos, testimonies, and declassified reports emerge, adding more weight to the growing body of evidence supporting the reality of UAPs, yet many still complain that it's not enough. The frustration is compounded by the fact that some of the most outspoken UFO believers who have spent years speculating on vague leaks, anonymous posts, and unverified claims are now scoffing at actual footage and reports released by legitimate sources. If the disclosure movement is to progress, there needs to be a shift in mindset, one that embraces ongoing incremental revelations rather than dismissing them out of cynicism or impatience. One of the most ironic aspects of the UFO phenomenon is that many of the people who have long demanded disclosure are also the ones quickest to reject it when it happens. In online discussions about the News Nation footage, many pointed out that whistleblowers, pilots, military officials, and government insiders have repeatedly put their reputations on the line to share what they know, yet their testimonies are often met with skepticism from the very community that claims to want the truth. For years, UFO researchers have grasped at rumors from anonymous message boards, blurry satellite images, and second-hand accounts, often treating them as absolute truth. Yet when actual verifiable evidence emerges, such as declassified videos, pilot testimonies, and now a clear video of a retrieved UAP, many of these same people dismiss it as insufficient or staged. This contradiction is discouraging to those working toward full disclosure. If people continue to reject evidence simply because it does not align with their preconceived notions, it sends a message to whistleblowers and insiders that coming forward is not worth the risk. One of the most overlooked consequences of this continued skepticism and outright rejection of new evidence is the effect it has on potential whistleblowers. Many individuals who possess classified knowledge are hesitant to come forward because they fear government retaliation, career ruin, or public ridicule. If they see that even clear video footage of a UFO retrieval is met with hostility, mockery, or dismissal, they may decide that putting their reputation and safety at risk isn't worth it. Whistleblowers need to see that there is an audience willing to take their testimonies seriously, that their sacrifices will contribute to an informed, engaged, and open-minded public discussion. If instead, they witness widespread negativity and dismissal, they will feel discouraged from sharing further information. In many ways, disclosure is a process, not a singular event. If people expect one single video or document to completely overturn decades of secrecy, they will always be disappointed. Instead, the public needs to recognize that each new revelation is a step toward the truth, and that continued leaks, testimonies, and official statements are what ultimately force governments and institutions to acknowledge the phenomenon more openly. Rather than scoffing at the latest UAP footage, people should be demanding more. The key to achieving full UFO disclosure is not to dismiss the evidence we have, but to use it as leverage to push for further transparency. Every piece of footage, every whistleblower, and every official statement adds pressure on governments to declassify more information. The real challenge lies in maintaining momentum. If the public continues to act indifferent or overly skeptical, disclosure efforts will slow down, and those with knowledge may hesitate to come forward. On the other hand, if people engage with these revelations, demand more evidence, and encourage further testimonies, it will force institutions to release more information and acknowledge what has been hidden for decades. The News Nation footage of the retrieved egg-shaped craft is not the final answer to the UFO mystery, but it is an important piece of the puzzle. Instead of dismissing it, the public should recognize its significance and use it as a stepping stone toward continued investigation, more whistleblower testimonies, and greater transparency. In recent years, military insiders and whistleblowers have come forward with shocking claims that the US government, along with other nations, has retrieved and studied UFOs through highly classified programs. Among the most frequently reported objects in these retrieval missions are egg-shaped UFOs, which lack visible propulsion systems yet exhibit flight capabilities that defy known physics. These revelations suggest that governments may be in possession of advanced non-human technology, raising profound questions about the origins, purpose, and mechanics of these mysterious crafts. If these accounts are true, the implications are staggering. The retrieval of aerial objects that move without wings, exhaust, or conventional engines challenges the foundations of human aerospace technology. Such objects, reportedly recovered by elite military task forces, suggest the existence of a level of engineering so advanced that it surpasses everything currently known to science. For decades, rumors of UFO retrieval programs have circulated within military and intelligence communities. However, it is only in recent years, due in part to whistleblowers and congressional hearings on UAPs, that concrete testimonies have begun to emerge. Several military insiders have risked their careers to disclose their experiences, alleging that highly specialized retrieval teams have been dispatched to secure and study crashed or landed UFOs in secret. These insiders describe egg-shaped crafts, often metallic and seamless, with no visible propulsion system, no exhaust, and no wings or rotors. In some cases, the craft was said to be intact and operational, while in others, they appeared to have suffered damage upon landing or crashing. The retrieval teams, consisting of high-ranking intelligence officers, scientists, and military personnel, reportedly worked under extreme secrecy to transport these objects to undisclosed research facilities. One former intelligence official claimed that during his time working in a classified aerospace program, he was briefed on multiple retrieval operations involving smooth, metallic, egg-shaped crafts. These objects, he stated, were beyond anything human engineers had ever built, and the attempts to reverse engineer their technology had so far been unsuccessful. The sheer complexity of their construction, with no apparent seams, screws, or visible propulsion systems, was unlike any known aircraft or spacecraft. Another former Air Force officer, who worked in a classified retrieval division, described an encounter where his team was ordered to secure and transport a downed egg-shaped craft from a remote desert location. The object was said to be 20 to 30 feet long, featureless except for a few unknown markings, and unnaturally light for its size. When attempts were made to inspect the interior, there were no discernible entry points or hatches, leaving retrieval teams baffled as to how such a craft could function. One of the most confounding aspects of these retrieved egg-shaped UFOs is their lack of any recognizable propulsion system. Military personnel who have encountered these objects state that they appear to move effortlessly through the air, capable of hovering, accelerating instantaneously, and making maneuvers that defy human technological capabilities. Traditional aircraft and spacecraft rely on aerodynamics, combustion engines, jet propulsion, or rocket thrust, all of which require fuel, exhaust systems, and reaction forces to function. The egg-shaped UFOs, however, appear to defy these principles entirely. Insiders who have studied the objects hypothesize that they may utilize an advanced form of propulsion that manipulates gravity, electromagnetic fields, or even space-time itself. One theory proposed by researchers is that these craft may generate their own gravitational fields, allowing them to negate inertia and travel without resistance. This would explain their sudden acceleration, silent flight, and ability to change direction instantly. Such technology, if it exists, would revolutionize modern transportation and space travel, allowing for speeds far beyond the capabilities of conventional aircraft.